Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply, Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents, HTS Productions, Hoosier Trapper Deer Scents, and Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
All right, welcome to Season 5 of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. Hey, you know what? A year ago, it's the same place, same time. We're back here. It's July 2016, right before we're going to start releasing episodes. And we didn't really think it was hot enough, so we came out here and fired this thing up, start waxing some traps. As usual, we're running behind, but we got a bunch of traps to do, and almost 300. So anyways, we figured we better get started, since they didn't get done last spring when they really should have been done. But anyways, we're excited about this season. It'll be 16 episodes this year, and Arkansas, Mississippi, where I was left at home, by the way. School. Yep, Jake, 4 days. Jake had to stay home.
But we do have some other things planned. If it works out, Jake might get to go some other states that we possibly have leads on.
Yeah,
we'll see. So another exciting year. You just never know what we're going to do.
Right, right. Another invitation from somebody in another state. If it works out, that'll be up. I'll probably show you the end of this season, maybe, and certainly for next season, season 6. But yeah, some other stuff in the works, some other states, some other. I don't know if we got any more critters we can catch.
We might have to go out of the country.
Yeah, we do want to
trapper worldwide.
Yeah, we do want to catch a mountain lion at some point, and fish and a martin would be cool.
That would be cool.
And other than that, I think we've pretty much covered the species, but at this point we just have to start working on stacking them up.
That's right.
So anyways, hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoy the season.
Alright, check day 2. This is one frosty morning. It's about, I think, 21, 22 degrees. Pretty darn cold out for being down here. But as you can see, we caught this gray fox here, so we're always glad to see those. Nice fox too, man. Big. Anyways, we'll take it.
Alright, here's the remake on that where we just caught the gray fox. Left the disturbance, definitely more eye appeal to it. I did not urine the set. There's plenty of urine here. It smells like gray fox. I did rebait, and I think he ate the bait, and then, or I couldn't find it, and then relured, and then, like I said, left the disturbance. This is all the better. For the next animal that comes by, they will definitely check this out. So, anyways, clearly anybody walking by here can see something went on, and the animal's the same way. They're going to definitely check that out. So.
Alright, this is the same location my dad had the set dug up yesterday. Caught this coyote here this morning. This trap was actually flipped off yesterday, so I think we caught the culprit. He messing up our sets and got him this morning. So
we've got a buddy that he said, oh yeah, that was the coyote. That was the one that did the deed last night. And I always question, it's like, how do you know that? Without having a camera on there and without having maybe a microchip in that coyote, There's no way of knowing that kind of stuff. There's a lot of coyotes in the woods. So anyways, we can assume that maybe this was the coyote that dug the setup that was right back here, or flipped the trap off yesterday. But realistically, we don't know that, and there's no real way to tell that. But anyways, caught the coyote. That's the main thing. That's the good thing. But 100% knowing what coyote did what happened last night, we do not know.
In other words, there may be more.
There might be another coyote in the woods.
All right, pretty much every season, I like setting the same spot, right on the edge of the cliff here, right on the road. I always thought it'd be cool, you know, just throw the drag down there and come up, roll up on it one morning and have something down there. And sure enough, got a gray fox down there. He just thinks he's hiding. Top dog predator bait, Vixen Elixir, and Coyote Carnage. It worked.
Good job, Jake. On the same token, this road, we got a fairly high bank on this side, which we've got another set right on the other side of the road by the rock bank there. That set hasn't really, we always throw one in there because this one, because of this one here, but that set's never really had much interest, to be honest with you. But this set right here, whether it catches or not, there's always seems to be some sort of activity around here, so very cool.
Pretty steep, huh?
Yeah. It doesn't look much steep, but man, when you start climbing up and down there. All right, this is the remake on the set. Jake just caught the gray fox in. He just got it remade. As you can see, he's kind of got a little bit of a brush pile going behind the set. It is right here, basically on the edge of the road. And set worked well. And as you should be able to see here, the chain just basically just goes off the edge of the hill there, or cliff, or mountain, or whatever you want to call it. But it's darn steep. Yeah, see, there it is. So anyways, that is the remake of the set that just caught the gray. Now, it was basically completely undisturbed because it was on a drag and the thing just took off over the edge, so not too much in terms of a disturbance there. All right, check day 2. Still third gray fox this morning, so it's been much better than yesterday with the slow start. Got this set right here, just kind of right on the edge of the fire trail road, and of course got a gray fox back here. The dirt hole set, black gold finicky feline, bobcat urine, and of course top dog bait. And the top dog is, you know, when we're on this trip, that's all we're using actually as far as bait, top dog. So anyways, produced a gray fox. This set yesterday was actually flipped off in the bed. So, you know, when they're not pulled out of the bed, they're not disturbed, or other than just that in the bed, it's a little hard to call. No disturbance at all, no tracks, anything. So sometimes you just wonder if it's a mechanical issue with the trap or what, but probably not. So anyways, it may have been this gray, may not have. Might have been something else, who knows. But anyways, caught the gray today, and we'll take it. It's kind of interesting. The first 40 traps had 2 nights on them had produced 3 gray fox and the coyote so far. And then we got into the 40 that we set yesterday, and not a whole lot's going on, to be honest with you. We've had just some slight visits or whatever. So anyways, we've probably checked almost half of those. So anyways, we came to this location here, and we've got this dirt hole has been stepped on. Basically, that was one lucky coyote. Nothing, you know, he just plain didn't step in the right place. So then Jake's got one right here behind me.
Yep, got another one pretty much right beside the other. Walked up on it. Pain cover's actually sitting off to the side over there. And so we knew something was going on. Start looking around and look across the road, and we got a coyote hung up over here in the trees. Pretty much looked right at him. Yep.
Good job. Let me say one thing too. We're on this national forest ground, and although we don't see a lot of people, there is some traffic in here. It's public ground, so our attention is over here, and clearly people coming up and down this road. But this coyote was so off the track. That's the reason for the drags. No one knew that we didn't know that thing was there either. So anyways, kind of, that's exactly what the idea, or one of the ideas behind drags. So. All right, here's the remake on the set that Jake just caught the coyote. As you probably noticed that our sets are not super consistent in the way they look, and that's okay. It's kind of blend into the areas that we're in. We're using what we have available. As you can see on this one here, they had a lot of rain here, and I don't know if you can see it if it's showing up in the camera, but there's actually water running right there. So we got up just a little bit on the high spot right here, kind of on the edge, and don't have water issues, and it's kind of V'd in there right there for some natural guidance for the animal, and rock for the backing, and some of the trash from the trap being flipped off, although it was on a drag, so there's not a lot of disturbance on the set itself. But anyways, that's the remake on that set.
Okay, I got a set right here alongside of the main road we've been running, and it was on a drag, and it's gone. So, and not visually, so far we have not been able to spot whatever it is, so we're gonna do some hunting. It might be down. Try not to get attacked by a cat again. Bottomed out and stick it down there, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we found our trap, but not the animal we were looking for. Whatever it was that got out, we were almost thinking it was a coyote. It's so thick coming down here and all these briars and stuff that something a little bit stronger had to dig through all that. So we're thinking coyote that got away on this trip, but at least we found our trap and we won't be guessing, so that's a plus.
That's one thing when you're using a drag, rarely does it happen that you've got in a scenario like this. We've been looking for 15 minutes probably.
Yeah.
Man, you have got to exhaust all your efforts on locating that trap,
Yep.
whether it be empty, full, whatever. What throws a wrinkle in that, and being on national forest ground is, on the rare occasion that somebody actually picked your trap up, then you never, that's only speculation too. So.
Oh yeah.
But.
And I mean, given the circumstance, I knew that we'd be at this location a little later into the day, so I didn't pre-wrap it heavy because I wanted it to come off the road because I knew, traffic come by. There's guys still out bow hunting this time of year, so I wanted it off the road, but maybe not this far off the road.
Right.
But at least we got our trap.
Yeah. All right, cool. They like that acting. Got a gray. This set was obviously staked. We're kind of around out of the view of the Forest Service Road. So stake this set. Not a whole lot of disturbance. Gray fox is, you can see he's dug around, but in terms of the set itself, still in pretty good shape. So we'll take care of him, get the set remade, show you the remake, and this is number 4 for the day. Number 4 gray fox. So 2 coyotes, 4 gray fox. Pretty good day coming together. Except for a day like yesterday. All right, for a trapline tip, we get some questions about this for beginner trappers primarily. On the cable stakes, as you can see, I've got this sticking out here. What happened is it actually went down. It's far enough down it was going to hold no problem, but it hit a rock, bedrock, whatever. There's a lot of rock in these mountains. So anyways, that's as far down as that would go. Typically, we overdrive that stake about 3 to 4 inches below the surface of the ground, and so when you pull it up, and then it's still even or below the grade of your trap bed. if they stick up much further than this, man, that thing is a pain. It wants to spring back and forth. You can't get it to lay down. It's hard to cover up. This one I could deal with, but typically, if you overdrive those stakes 3-4 inches below the grade of the bottom of your trap bed, no issues. If you don't, if you drive them even, and then when you pull it up, and then that thing's gonna be sticking up. So, anyways, for this trapline tip, like I said, that's kind of beginner trapper oriented. But if you don't know, you don't know. So anyways, good thing to do, and it's the greatest invention that's come along in a long time. These cable stakes are lightweight. They hold better than rebar, but there are some things that you need to do when you use them. All right, here's the remake on the set that just caught the gray. As you can tell, we actually kind of had where a dozer or whatever actually pushed some stuff up in here, and I just used that basically for the back of the dirt hole, which is not too distinct, because I couldn't get it in very deep because of all the rock and gravel in there. But as you can see, the gray fox actually tore all this up back here. And for those of you that have caught gray fox or catch gray fox, they have that really distinct smell. So natural curiosity for anything coming by here. Another gray, coyote, bobcat, whatever. So I did put more bait in, more top dog bait in the hole. I did not relure, and I did not put any more urine down. Just don't need it. So that's the remake. Here again, working with what we have on location. So it's easy to fall into that deal where make the standard dirt hole, you measure back so far, all of this and that. But in the real world, the real trapping world, when you get out there, typically, particularly in this type of trapping where it's not just farm country, flat ground, you're going to work with what you have available to you. So that's what we're doing. But anyways, dirt hole remake, not too visual of a dirt hole because couldn't get it very deep because of the gravel. Arkansas's got a no bait exposed law, so we always have to cover the bait. And anyways, that's it.
All right, into check day 2. Pretty good day. 4 grays, 2 coyotes. Kind of redeemed ourselves after yesterday with just the coon and the gray fox caught. But I mean, that's kind of the way things are. And typically, you know, the last half of the line was not as good. Those traps only had one night on them. The other, the original 40 traps had 2 nights on them, and those proportionally did better than the latter 40. So, and that is not unusual at all. So
There is a coyote missing, as you probably noticed. We did catch 2. The one here is pretty nice. The other one is pretty rough with mange. So that's why it's not sitting here right now. So.
Yeah, when we first saw that one, that was that one that was across the road. It was in the shadows, in the shade, and didn't realize how bad it really was, but it was in pretty rough shape. So anyways, probably did him a favor, and maybe hopefully did other coyotes a favor too with him not spreading it around. So
Time to skin.
yep, get busy.
All right, for this product highlight, by the way, we're in our retail store for trappers. It's kind of to be honest with you, if I was a kid, back when I was a kid and I was trapping, I would have thought this was like a trapper's paradise. So a lot of guys come in and says, man, I'm a kid in a candy store in here. So anyways, if you're ever in the area, or of course, if you live in Indiana, you're more than welcome to come to our actual shop. You can look around, look at all the stuff, feel it, pick it up, whatever. And so it's open year round. I'd be more than glad to have you come and check out our shop. Anyways, for this product highlight is the new number 2 Duke square jaw. And I guess the jury's still out because there really haven't been any in the ground and used by trappers yet. I'm sure they did some testing and that kind of thing, but so it pretty well made. It's got a machine chain on it, center de-swiveled, base plate riveted on, offset jaw. It's not a posi trip type pan. It's just a standard bolt-on pan. It is 4-coiled. In my view, one downside of this trap is it is way strong. And you know, I'm not a fan of 4-coil traps, but even throwing that perspective off the judgment of this trap, I think the trap is overly strong. But that's just me. For those of you that buy them, and you have to check it out. They are reasonably priced, but you know, like I said, the jury's still out. But it is a nice, well-made trap. You know, at a kind of an entry-level price. So anyways, you might check them out. They are new, and for those of you that are looking for a, like a number 2 mid-range type coyote trap, you might consider these. All right, check day 3. Basically just getting started. We're already in the woods. We set 17 more traps out last night, so we're up to 97 sets. We can probably handle maybe another 15 sets, and that's probably realistically, in the course of a day, that's probably about all we can handle between catching stuff, remaking stuff, skinning stuff, dealing with all that. But I mean, if we can fit more in, we certainly will. And if you're not catching, days go by much quicker in terms of check time. So, but then the days that animals move and run, then you're up against all that skinning time. So, anyways, that's kind of where we're at. Beautiful day so far. Right now it's 32 degrees, so be a nice day. It's sunny, and we'll see what happens. So we'll keep you posted.
Hey, coyotes, hey. Check day 3. We got ourselves a coyote. We had just made a set right here. There's a little water bar, as you saw walking up, kind of hidden off the road a little bit so I could stick a stake in. It wasn't too rocky. I think last season we caught a gray fox just right over here. So we've produced here before. Charlie's caught coyotes just behind me a little further up.
Well, actually 10 yards up was where the gray was yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's right.
Good.
Hot spot.
Yeah.
Sit here every year if we can. Top dog predator bait, that's in pretty much every hole that I've made. Well, it is. And I've been using a lot of black gold, finicky feline, and a little bit of long distance on the majority of my sets on this half of the line, and bobcat urine. So paid off for him, and hopefully we got enough disturbance here. It's got a lot of eye appeal for the remake. We'll probably show you the remake once it's all said and done, and hopefully catch something that moves through here this whole next week. So should be in good shape. Breakfast of champions. Top dog. That's a big old glob down there.
All right, on this remake, you can see that the whole area is just pretty torn up, pretty disheveled. I mean, you could straighten it up a little bit, but that's kind of pointless. It's got more visual eye appeal, curiosity to it like this. Whether it would shy some coyotes away is probably true. It probably would, but certainly it will will attract others. We've got this set that the gray fox was caught in yesterday, just up the logging road here. So it, that set's coyote free zone essentially. There's no added coyote smell up there, so we can pick them up there if this set shies them away. But definitely want to reset these sets even when they're like this. So. And a lot of times these sets work as an attraction to the area, and they'll get caught in the other set. So there's a lot going for this location. There's a lot going for this set right here.
Looks good.
Didn't put any urine down. No reason to. Just the bait in the hole is adequate. So that's what we're doing.
All right, we've got a location here. It's an old deer camp. We've got a creek down here. We've got kind of a path of travel coming through here. There's no super exciting features here, so definitely the animals run through here. It's a good location for that travel. What we're going to do to kind of make this stand out, I'm actually going to make a flat set here, and I'm going to use this chunk of wood it was over there in the fire pit. Everything that's charred wood is always a good attractant, and some have found that even a piece of wood that's painted black, but it's allowed to age some, is actually another good attractant. So
kind of got double duty with this, but with it being the black charred wood color and then also the smoky smell of the wood. There's some baits that actually have smoke put in the bait as another attraction to the bait, another enhancement. So kind of got a couple things working for us on this backing here, which I'll show you the set here in a minute, completed. But anyways, got a couple things working for us on that piece of wood there. The visual of it stand out. It doesn't look like anything else around us, and then it also has that curiosity smell of the smoke to it. Okay, always important to get your trap bedded in securely so that there's no rock to it. Pretty good and stable here. Kind of pressing things around the trap. And because we're having some issues, you know, like this morning was 21 degrees, so it's pretty cold. In this valley right here along this creek, it's probably may even get even colder than that, below 20 or whatever. So we're still using cover hulls as our freeze proof. I'm going to take a little light blend of this dirt here and blend it on the top of those. So you can still barely see the coveralls. But for the most part, we've got the edge knocked off of them in terms of visually. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set this off to the side for a second. We're going to put a jar, or we're going to put a glob of top dog bait down here, since I didn't dig a dirt hole. And you don't have to do this with the flat set, but I think it's just that much more traction. I'm going to put that there. We're going to put that there. Believe me, they can smell that, even though it's under that log. I'll put a little bit of black gold right here. Throw something else at them here. We're going to put a little bit of Vixen Elixir right here. And some bobcat urine right here on the backing. I don't believe any self-respecting coyote, bobcat, or gray fox can pass this up. Now, you know, whether they read the book or not, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, that set's got a lot working for it, even though it doesn't have the visual appeal of a dirt hole. We've got the charred wood, we've got the bait under the wood, we've got the trap kind of here in the front, and that's ready to go. All right, we got this coyote here. I'll tell you what, we had one long dry spell, and just not a lot of animal movement last night, I don't believe. We had a couple dirt holes that were dug from the top side. You know, that kind of stuff happens. There's no way to completely eliminate that, but you know, we added some blocking on those or whatever, backing. Anyways, caught this coyote here up on this hill. Jake has a set kind of down the trail here behind us. It was untouched. And this coyote right here is not excited at all, so definitely not one of those ones that's aggressive and barking and carrying on. But at least we got a little action after. Oh shoot! I think we've checked like 60 traps and we haven't had anything, so that gets a little discouraging. But anyways, got this coyote. We've got a few more traps to check and we'll see what happens. All right, here's the remake on the set with the coyote. I mean, he had this thing torn up, and this trap was staked. It wasn't on a drag, so all the disturbance obviously is right at the set. So basically, you just make the best of it. Pulled that rock in to use for backing because everything else was destroyed. Redug the hole, rebaited top dog bait, and I did put some lure down. No, I did not use any additional urine. One thing I want to say on these remakes, everything smells like the animal that you caught. Coyote, fox, bobcat, whatever. So there's no reason to stick a gland lure down. So we're using, we don't use a lot of gland lure, to be honest with you, particularly this time of year, but the Black Gold and Vixen Elixir both are curiosity type lures. So they don't have any glands or parts from the animals that we're actually trying to target, which would be fox, coyote, and bobcat. So anyways, excellent remake attractant. Is always a curiosity or call type lure. So and like I said, then of course the top dog bait, but the in the urine, it's here. So this whole area smells like coyote. So we'll see what happens. Like I always say, we normally make at least 2 sets. We've got this set here, clearly smells like coyote, and then Jake has a set further down the trail here that has not caught a coyote. It doesn't have that strong coyote smell. So we've got that one working for us too. All right, into the check day 3. Not too exciting. Checked 97 traps. We caught 2 coyotes, and not a whole lot of action going on really. I think we had a couple holes that were dug from the side, messing with bait and whatever. But I mean, it was just nothing.
Well, we had a possum too.
Oh, Justin caught a possum. We didn't film that. Actually, you did film it. So, anyways. Just one of those days. Everybody that traps knows what these days are, and these are the days when you do well. They're the ones that keep you going on days like today. But the animal movement obviously was not so hot last night, or not so active. Anyways, they and what animals were out there were not particularly hungry or interested in lured or baited sets. We did pick up the 2 coyotes, and I think those things there's definitely nights that are better than others for them, but I think they move a lot of nights. But anyways, there's some nights that, man, they're just ready to step right in your trap, and then there's some nights that they have trouble committing or whatever. And last night I'm not sure what was up. I just don't think stuff was moving very well at all, or obviously not. So we had 97 traps. We're basically in 3 different areas, geographically fairly far apart. We're in different sets of animals. So, what held true in one area pretty much held true in the other, the remaining 2. So, we got done early today as far as checking. I don't know, it's like 12:30, 1:45, so pretty early. Got to skin these 2 coyotes, and then we'll set traps for the rest of the day. Always got to be a little bit careful on days like this when you've got plenty of time to set a bunch of traps, but it can come back to bite you really on days where you do catch a bunch of stuff, and then you're kind of scrambling trying to get stuff skinned and taken care of too. So got to be a little careful with that in terms of your time management. That's a great problem, but it can be a bit of an issue trying to get everything done on days where animals move and things connect and you make a big catch. So anyways,
Hope for a better tomorrow.
Yep, hope for a better day tomorrow. So, weather's beautiful, cool and sunny, but I think we're in this kind of in the same weather pattern for the next several days. So hopefully that it doesn't keep the animals from not moving too, with no fronts or anything particularly coming through. But anyways, we'll wait and see.
All right, question and answer segment. I've actually got several questions that we will deal with over the next few shows, but be sure if you do have a specific question and you'd like us to answer it on our show, we'd be glad to. So just email them to us. You can even phone us with the question, but email works best. We'll print them off, and then then we'll get to them as the shows and the season progresses. One question that we had just in the past 10 days was concerning sealing or coating your fleshing beam. Believe me, you do not have to do that. If You've got natural wood, and once you put your animals on there, just start scraping the fat off of them, that grease from the skin will penetrate that wood, and that wood will last forever and ever. My old fleshing beam is basically 40 years old at this point, 41 years old, and it is very grease soaked. So I mean, it is well preserved. You could put a wick in it, and it would burn like a candle for probably a month. So you don't need to do anything to these at all. They're good to go. Just natural wood, and the animal fat will soak in and take care of that. One thing while I'm talking about this is the basically the hardwood fleshing beam that we sell and other trapper supplies sell. It's 5 foot long, 8 inches wide. You may get in the most of them are 4.5 to 5 foot long, and I basically just made a frame that this would go on, as you can see, and you want them just slightly above waist high, so you can kind of custom fit it to your height. And that end would have to go up against the wall, so when you're pushing, you got something really stout to push against, something solid. So anyways, this is just kind of a frame idea for one of the fleshing beams that you would buy, or you can go cut a log and do the same thing. But anyways, the main part of the question was, how to seal the beam, and the animal fat will take care of it. For this product highlight, we'll talk about our lip licker deer lure, and I realize this is not a trapping product, but most trappers deer hunt, and the lip licker is a attractant that will work anytime, any part of the season, and it also works on does as well as bucks. We have a lot of people that buy this that put it in front of their trail cameras starting as early as June or July. The deer will respond to it even in the heat of the summer. So it's a good stable product. In other words, it'll keep. So even if you got some this year and you had some left for next year or the following year, it's still going to be fine. It'll still work. But the nice thing about this is just the versatility of it. Like I said, it works on both bucks and does any time of the season. Kind of takes the guesswork out of deer scent. So you don't have to be wondering, what particular scent to use at what particular time of year to attract the deer, in that phase of their life or their movement for the fall. So anyways, you might, if you haven't used it, you might consider it. It's certainly one that will get you the most bang for your buck in terms of the length of the season. That it'll work the entire season. This too, let's say we get into the rut part of the season, and there's nothing wrong with putting a couple different smells out there. So if you put, like, for instance, doe and heat out, and then you can move over 10 yards and put some lip licker out. Doe and heat's not going to be so attracted to the buck or the does, so the lip licker will. The does will check it out. So in the rut time of season, obviously there's nothing better than having does hanging around. So something to work in that respect too. So you can definitely give them a choice of something to smell. So like I said, if you haven't tried it, you might consider it. It's been working very well. It is by far our #1 seller. We sell more of this than any other deer scent. So it works quite well.
All right, our new catalog will be available in about 3 weeks. Technically, this is last season's catalog, so the upcoming 2016-17 catalog will, like I said, will be available towards the end of August. If you'd like one, get online, request a catalog through our website. You can give us a call on the phone, and we'll be glad to take your name and address over the phone. You can also register on our website, and then when you register, you'll get a catalog, and then that will also allow you to receive our email newsletter, and the newsletters will give you a reminder whenever a new show comes up, some product information. It'll tell you when my blog comes up, and also possibly some sales that we run throughout the year.
One more thing we want to mention before you head out. That is the greatest rendezvous in the world is put on here at Hoosier Trapper Supply. Chapter 7B, our central chapter here in Indiana, puts on a great get-together. We got a demo list that's packed for an all-day event on September 24th. Great food, gun raffles, things for the kids. We got vendor area.
Yep,
you guys want to
tailgaters.
tailgate?
Yep.
What else am I missing? Anything?
Pretty much covered. It's kind of like a family reunion of trappers. So even if you don't trap, more than welcome. Everybody's welcome, and it's free.
So lunch
Right.
is like free will donation. So and the money goes to the Trappers Association. So I mean, you can't ask for any more than that, really. So,
Speaking of lunch too, we got a bluegrass group playing for some entertainment. Can't
Yeah,
beat
at
that.
lunchtime, yeah.
Got some music, good food, good time.
yeah. So
Come on out.
Everybody's welcome.
Join us on August 19th for an all-new episode of Who's Your Trapper Outdoors.